Hi, I'm Bob Crimmins, founder of Startup Haven. I wanted to share with you a call I had earlier this week with a new member. When you join Startup Haven, we send you a welcome letter, and that welcome letter includes a link to my personal calendar. So any new member, if they're so inclined, can grab a 15-minute spot on my calendar for an introductory Zoom call. And normally that call is for me to get to know the new members, what their startup is, a little bit about their journey, so that I can actively understand how I personally and Startup Haven more broadly can help our new members. So this time, though, that founder turned the tables on me. He had done some research on my background and saw that I had done my undergraduate and my graduate work in philosophy. And it's true, I have a bachelor's and a master's degree in philosophy, and I'm also a software engineer, had a 20-year career as a software engineer, and have been very, very involved in the tech startup ecosystem for the last 20 years. And he was curious about how those things all fit together. Aren't I supposed to be sitting cross-legged on a mountaintop or rubbing crystals or pontificating on theories? And I said that I had never felt any discordance between my life as a philosopher and my life as an engineer and my life as an entrepreneur. And the reason is they all are knitted together by critical thinking and problem solving. When we're in a philosophy class or writing papers or teaching, we're trying to get at the meaning, the assumptions, what does it take to fully understand a problem, a claim, an argument, a theory, and then we spend the most amount of our time in philosophy trying to piece that all together in a way that we can tell a cogent story and trying to decide whether or not the arguments that are made are cogent. And so when I moved into software engineering, I found the very same environment, one in which I had to pick problems, the right problems hopefully, and pick good solutions and build those solutions in the right way. And whether or not the project was successful was dependent largely on cogency, whether or not it was the right problem to be working on, whether or not it was the right product to build to solve that problem, whether or not the architecture was the right architecture, the platform, the stack. All those things are opportunities for critical thinking and problem solving. And certainly my work in the startup world, especially the last decade or so, has focused on trying to help founders, including myself, tell cogent stories about their startups and whether or not the things that they think are going to happen are based in reality. And whether or not they can tell a cogent story is different from whether or not they can tell, for example, a marketing story or a pitch, investor pitch story. And what I thought I discovered was that in the startup world, diligence, investor diligence in the venture scale world, is effectively reverse engineering the story that you told them to see if it's cogent. And that's how the Groundwork Accelerator was born, out of that desire I had to share the notion of telling a cogent story and how powerful that can be. And yeah, so I wanted to share that story. He challenged me to share the story. He thought it was an interesting perspective, and I told him I would. So there it is.